So it happened. You find yourself in a hotel room in a foreign country with no gym and no proper workout space for you to get your workout in. That is until today. I am going to show you a simple and quick, effective way to train anywhere, anytime. And for today's example, we will be using your hotel room. And you don't even need that much space. We'll use what we have available and show you exactly how you can get a full body workout in with zero equipment or with using the things that you bring with you anyway. Now, before we dive into the workout and start getting into the nitty-gritty of how you're going to train in your hotel room, you need to understand that it's very simple. Resistance training requires three key concepts. That is a stretch of the muscle, a contraction of the muscle, and it has to have mechanical tension or be under some form of a load. That is it. That is all that is required for resistance training. Now, here's a fun fact. There is no difference between using weights or using your body weight. Your muscles cannot tell the difference between an outside external force or your own body weight when you are resistance training. Which means exercises like push-ups, squats, and sit-ups are effective ways to train your entire body because you are creating those three things: a stretch of the muscle, a contraction of the muscle, and you are placing some sort of load or mechanical tension on those muscles. And that is why calisthenics is perfect. So find yourself some open space, move whatever's in the way, and clear yourself a nice open space to do some body weight training. Now, when it comes to calisthenics, there are four primary movements or movement patterns that you want to focus on to get that full body workout in. So one would be the upper body and the chest, more specifically a pressing motion, which is going to be covered by all of your push-up variations. Two is going to be your back and your biceps, which is going to be covered by your pull-up variations. So pull-ups, we can scratch that one on this list because you probably don't have a pull-up bar in your room, but we can still hit those other remaining ones. Then you have legs, so any movements that involve your leg muscles. And last but not least, your abs, your core muscles, which you can work with just your own body weight. Let's start with the pushing motion or the pressing motion, which is going to cover your chest and your triceps and your shoulders primarily. You have your standard regular push-ups, right? This is going to target your chest, triceps, and shoulders. Now, this is your standard push-up, right? And then we have beginner push-ups. If you can't get too many of those, where you drop to your knees, you can knock these out. And if those are too easy, then you can always elevate your feet and make more weight on your upper body for the load and do the more advanced version of the push-ups. And that's just the standard push-up. So we can get into variations. If you put your hands in the middle and you perform the diamond push-up, now you're working the triceps more. So understanding that there's different variations is what's going to be key to getting a good variety in your workouts. You can go into the pike push-up to hit the shoulders. And then there's really advanced techniques, or we'll say hybrid push-ups, where you have the dive bomber push-up, which targets the chest, the shoulders, and the tricep a little more than just doing individualized push-ups. Then we've got the legs. So your staple leg exercise for body weight is going to be squats. So in other words, air squats. So you're just going to set up, you're going to squat down as low as you can, and you're going to come up. And this is going to be your staple exercise to work those quads. Now, squats, air squats more specifically, are sometimes too easy and you can get a lot of reps in without actually getting a decent leg workout because your legs are your strongest muscles. So you can opt in for example, you can do pistol squats where you come down on one leg and you squat up like this if you're able to do that. Or you can opt in for explosive exercises or plyometric style exercises where you're going to squat and you're going to jump and explode up using more energy and putting more force into your legs, into that movement. Now, when it comes to legs, there's also, hip abduction exercises. You can do your leg raises to the side. You can do mule kicks to hit those glutes and different parts of your leg. It's all about manipulating your own body and using your body weight to work that muscle. And last but not least, you have your core muscles or your abs, which a good core exercise is going to be a basic sit-up or crunch. So you're either going to go flat here, you're going to come up into a full sit-up, or you can perform a crunch where you're just stretching the muscle, contracting the muscles on each rep. And you can get fancy with it too. So you can move your upper body as I was just showing you, or you can move your lower body, move your legs up, and this is going to work your core as well. You can get fancy with the bicycle crunches and various different variations that all target the core muscles. Now, if you want to start thinking a little more outside the box, or the basic calisthenics exercises are just too easy for you, grab a backpack, load it up with some stuff that weighs, 10, 20, 30, 40, however much you want to put in there, strap it on your back, and do almost all of the same exercises with the added weight on top of your body weight. So that covers the basics and showing you various movements, just giving you some ideas on how you can train in a hotel room when you find yourself in some new country, in some new place where they don't have your typical gym or workout setup. I'm going to give you guys a quick idea of what a structured exercise or workout plan would look like in your hotel room. You guys can follow along, adjust accordingly, and get a good workout in that would take no longer than 10, 15, 20 minutes, however long you want, in the comfort of your own hotel room. Now, with that being said, all of this is general guidance, so take things at your own pace. Do exercises only when you're ready to do them. Make sure you take ample time to warm up. Do some light stretching. Make sure you do some stretching afterwards to avoid and prevent injuries to any of the targeted muscle groups. For exercises, we'll do 2 exercises for each muscle group, and then that'll make a complete workout that you can do. We'll start with push-ups. So you're going to do 1 set of max reps push-ups. So that might be 10 for you, might be 20, might be 50, whatever you can get while keeping the form clean without cheating on the reps. Try to do it without breaking down on your form. Once your form starts to break down, consider that you're set to failure. We're gonna move on to the next exercise. Now, the second exercise, we're going to do explosive squats. If explosive squats are too hard for you, then I just want you to do air squats. We're gonna do 1 set to failure. So you're gonna jump up as high as you can. You get as many squats until you can't get any more. And if you can't do those, you knock out your air squats. 1 set, max reps, as many as you can get until your form breaks down or until you feel like you can't continue. Third exercise, we are going to do max set of sit-ups in a 2-minute period, just like on a PRT or some form of a fitness test. So you're gonna set up for your sit-ups, you're gonna do your max reps of your sit-ups in 2 minutes. Try to keep going without stopping. You're gonna knock out 2 minutes, max reps of sit-ups or crunches. Then for legs, what we're going to do is split squats next. So you're gonna do your max reps for 1 set of split squats, alternating, doing a little hop if you can. If you can't do the hop, then you're just gonna do a stepping split squat for max reps in 1 go. And then your final exercise is going to be either a high plank in this position right here for about 1.5 to 2 minutes, or onto your elbows and your forearms, and you're gonna hold a low plank. And that's pretty much the workout. That should take you about 15, 20 minutes, depending on how many reps you can get in. The idea is to push yourself in that 15 minutes to stimulate muscle growth. Remember the 3 things that we covered: a stretch, a contraction under a load, under mechanical tension, is what constitutes resistance training and a good exercise. And you can do that easily using just your body weight, adding on a backpack for extra weight if you need that extra challenge. That covers this episode of Fitness on the Go and how you can train when you're in a hotel room. Next time we will do resistance bands, and then we will do a basic hotel gym setup and how to make the most of a hotel gym that might have just a few dumbbells and a few basic machines versus a complete gym setup like you would find in your home commercial gym.